What's up, all signs, Creative Collective Unconscious for December 2022. I'm going to try a Celtic cross. I'm going to try to work smarter instead of usually being on camera, but if you guys like readings or live streams with me on camera, feel free to let me know, comment, like, share, subscribe. So I see the Eight of Wands and the Devil card flash below in the shuffle. Feel free to go back and rewatch the tape. You're going to see a lot of cards flashing as I shuffle, but that happened to catch my eye. I don't want to make it a habit to continuously catch the cards that I see when I'm shuffling at the bottom of the deck, because then we'll be here forever. But let me do a Celtic cross. All signs, Creative Collective Unconscious, highest energies that we're channeling. Again, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining me. This is a new format. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. To my version of a Celtic cross. So this is the present energy for the Creative Collective Unconscious. This is what's crossing. Baby, it's cold outside. So we're all going in. We're all going indoors. Okay, we got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse here. So this is going inside that warm church. In the upright, you're out in the cold, whatever. Could be homelessness, poverty, hopefully not, but in the very least it might be a mindset. It might be more so even tapped into the spirit of giving this season. Okay. You might be feeling more so generous. And you yourself wanting to kind of cozy on up, kind of really wanting to go within, tapping within. The Four of Cups is what's crossing you. It's coming out in the neutral position. I could read it as a neutral. Or I could read it in the upright. Not necessarily getting it in a reverse feeling, but I do feel as though that you might have several offers coming to you, and you're not, being so open to it. Could be these emotional offers, or maybe even family, and you're just not feeling it, you're not open to it, you're not ready to, for some reason or another. Okay. If it's in the neutral position, it's obviously meaning that you're on the fence, but if it's in the upright position, you're just not having it. And as far as I'm not really getting that this is having to do with the reversal. I'm not getting that you're closed. I'm not getting that you're open. I feel like if the Four of Cups comes out in the reverse, it's more so like you're open. You're almost channeling the card before it, the Three of Cups, but not so much. I'm also constantly shuffling under the table. If you can't see my hands as I'm talking, I'm just shuffling. So I'm kind of super excited because I feel like this might be a format that I'm using moving forward, because I'm more focused. I'm less like a monkey looking at a mirror when I'm on camera. So maybe I'll save that for the live streams. In any event, I'll channel my Tyler the Creator, Tyler's Tarot when I'm on live stream. Live stream. That's no shade to him. That guy's very successful. He's entertaining, and everybody loves him. If anything, I'm a little jealous, but I got to do what works for me and all that. Love and light to everybody. God bless them. We need people like that, and I hope to be someone like that. As entertaining and amasses good of a following. Those people love them. They're always tipping them and donating and trying to build to that. In any event, so let's see what's in the past here. Baby, it's cold outside. Ace of Swords in the reverse. So this is reflecting, this is contemplation. I think that you're winning internally, meaning you're setting yourself up for success, is how it's coming across. Let's see what else. Shout out to Higher Source Tarot, because I'm kind of ripping her format. Love and light to her. She's like a tarot mother to me. Okay, she's always doing her readings on, I think, like Monday and Fridays. I could like hear her voice. This is straight out, like I'm like one of her fucking like tarot spiritual sons with this format. like a offspring. Anyway, let's see. So shout out to Higher Source Tarot. Let's see. Okay, so presently is no communication, maybe even no contact, at least with the people that you really want to hear from. I feel like it's always the case that we're getting contact with people that we don't necessarily want contact. So it could be that you're still emotionally hurt. You know, you're maybe not wanting to be more so open because you know, the love that you really want from the person you want to hear from, so to speak, is just not coming in. And so I think that kind of puts a damper. It's like throwing a surprise party and, you know, or having an event and the person that you really care about not showing up. You know? Something I noticed here, though, with this crown, you got these two dangling, they almost look like candles here. You remember back in the day with the Advent wreath, we used to light candles around the Advent wreath. These are laurels, of course, so that does make me think of the holiday season. This also makes me think of a low-key twin flame right there, two candles. So I would very, very much so, you know, contemplate that. It could be that you're contemplating your twin flame. I personally believe that, you know, there's no limit to the amount of twin flame connections. I believe and I want to manifest, or at least add my part to it, the hope that everybody can meet their significant other. You know, they say that there's a pot for every pan, or there's a lid for every pot. So I just hope that more and more people could connect and not be as lonely. Or if they're happier in relationship, you know, be in relationship. It shouldn't be so hard. It makes you wonder if these dating apps are real legit, or if there are people conspiring against us. Well. Sorry. Don't mean to break the fourth wall and pop my head on camera, but anyway. I think spirituality wins at the end of the day. I think all conspiracy leads to spirituality, so I'm not too worried about that. If your spirituality is strong, then you're good. Baby, it's cold outside. So I see a lot of gratitude, you know, kind of overshadowing this December. Really tapping into that. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Tapping into, say you do something good for money, like I read tarot for money. I read for 2 websites, but it's like if there is not enough coming in, or there's like slow traffic, so to speak, if I'm not getting as many callers, then I got to take that as a sign to record. I got to take that as a sign to like toggle off and get into a mode of creating and producing. So I feel really good and really in my element, especially with this format, because being on camera could be exhausting at times and distracting, self-distracting. So this is really good for me. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying it as well. Just dropped a card here. Drop the 6 of Pentacles here. I can maybe use it as the anchoring. What's anchoring you? And when I think of anchoring, sometimes I think of it as a good thing, but in this context, I feel as though it might be a negative, meaning what's kind of preventing your ascension is not giving as much. So it could have been that you were working harder instead of smarter. Like, for example, I feel like when I was on camera doing recordings, I was working harder because I was distracting myself being on camera. And it just wasn't a good format. Like, this genuinely feels like a way better format, and it allows me to give more and not put myself at the center of the kind of giving in the reading of the tarot here. And so if it's negative at the anchoring base, then the anchoring is actually a negative effect, meaning it's dampening your ascension. So when you remove yourself out of the equation, look for ways in which you can remove yourself out of the equation. If there is a particular kind of roadblock that you're up against, and try to use my example as an example. Try to use my situation as an example. The whole kind of like being on camera. And sorry to feed a fed horse, but it's like it almost prevented me from using my gift of reading tarot. I know that sounds kind of pig-headed, but sorry, that's how I feel. I mean, but this format is looking and feeling way better. So I think that in your personal life, for example, you have to find your format. And sometimes, at least what this reading is saying, is that the format requires you to remove yourself from either the situation, the obstacle, or something like that. And when you get rid of the self, and if you look in areas in your life where you could kind of proverbially get rid of the self, don't get in your own way. Because this is a perfect example of me getting in my own way, where I'm like literally in camera. I know, I'm sorry, I'm so fascinated about this. And it's like preventing me from wanting to actually do the tarot. And now tarot is the focus. So this is pretty cool. But I feel like this is kind of like a breakthrough message, not for me, but for maybe even generationally, or maybe even, like I said, I call it the creative collective tribe, so to speak, 12 tribes of Judah, or whatever. That might be even deeper and more in our face than we know, that sentence. I don't know. Maybe there's a correlation between the zodiacs and the 12 tribes. They say the Bible is all about, like, astrology or astronomy, anyway. So what's crowning you is coming out of heartbreak, sadness, and sorrow. So that's pretty cool, because it means that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, 3 of Swords in the reverse. And you're putting something at the center of your focus. Now, this is really blowing my mind, because it's almost as if that, like, say the thing that you're good at, the thing that the world needs. I fancy that I have the gift for gab, and the medium by which you're doing it. So, for example, it's tarot, right? Tarot is the focus. Maybe people need to hear good stories. Maybe people need to get good readings. You put that medium at the center of attention. You focus on that. You don't focus on things that are outside of your control. Like, quite literally, these are like the pieces on my chessboard. These are the pieces on my checkerboard, so to speak. I'm in control. It's in my hands. He has the whole world in his hands, right? And I don't mean that in a sacrilegious way. I mean that in a way where you almost want to kind of narrow down your life into a microcosm to where you have your medium in your hands. It could be a musician, it could, guitar instrument or instruments or whatever. Just thinking of examples. It could be doing artwork. You want to get to the point where you have almost like full capacity and control. And I don't mean that in an egoic way. I mean that more so in the way of where your focus and where your tolerance should be going. Excuse me, I'm going to lower my chair a little bit. So if you, I think it is already lowered. I'm going to lean back a little bit. And so, because I'm telling you, this is a breakthrough reading for me. Because it's quite like metaphorically, and I know this is not kind of, unfounded territory, but I think it's acting as a metaphor, really, of what works for you. And say in my situation, like if I'm more so focused on, I've been really obsessed lately with like dating apps and any version or example of looking outside of yourself, as opposed to making your gift or your talent or what you do your focus, is going to be you kind of draining power away from you, giving away power, seeping power, and all of that. And I don't think that it's a time for us to do that almost kind of generationally. I'm 33 going on 34 in April myself. Aries, Pisces if it's sidereal that you're going by, but point being is that I think that you want to overly emphasize, put your gifts and your talents, at least the majority of your time, at the center of your focus. Now, if that's finding a way of doing videos that works for you, whatever the kind of version of that is for you. And when you make that your focus, then you're really going to hit the ground running. It may have been that you had to work the hard way so that you could focus more, so that you could, kind of try to amass as much of a following with that particular version of yourself. And it could be that maybe even more so you found like the core of your following or the core of your fandom in that way. And so now I kind of see whatever it is that you're doing, again using my example as a tuning fork, as a resonance fork, it's that now you're taking the brakes off, you're taking the weights off, and now you're able to like fly full force. And I really feel that there's just going to be a lot of success coming forth as a result of it's like you've been training with these heavy weights on, like those anime, like Dragon Ball Z or whatever you watch. So here's the deal. I read as this is going to be what's working for you, what's not working for you, your ally, and your outcome. And then I got a special card I like to call Secret Sauce that I put right here in the bottom left corner. I'm going to show you what it is right now. That'll be the reveal. I'm going to reveal that later. So what's working for you is this this is future. Let me go through future first real quick. The future is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is internal love. This is watering that which you've been working on. It could be your field of expertise. It could be a branch of yourself. So for me, this would be heavily more so working on watering my tarot channel, for example. You have your own version of that. And it could just be self-love, Knight of Cups. But definitely, I read this as pouring the water in your own garden, first and foremost, so things could grow. I read this as a positive. So this is more stable. This is more sturdy. This is a more grateful, grounded, genuine energy that you could actually The beautiful thing about these kinds of breakthroughs is that it was always in front of you all along. It was just a matter of you being in that hanged man perspective and shifting your perspective. But it's almost as if you had to build so much momentum, so much charge, you had to cover so much ground that you finally uncovered the stone that had the key to your success. That's what I'm seeing here. And so now we have what's working for you is the Seven of Swords. Keep on going, because now you're seeing the pattern. Now you're seeing the format of success. Yes, you had to pound your head against the wall a million times, but you finally broke through. What's not working for you is self-sabotage. Okay, so keep on finding all the ways in which you're betraying yourself, in which you're getting in your own way, this, that, and the third, and knock it out, and you knock it off. And to me, in this context, I feel as though that the way in which the creative collective unconscious is getting in their own way is that they are so obsessed with relationship. For example, so obsessed with looking outside of themselves, so obsessed with, as opposed to using their medium as a tool to attract. And I think that when we're manifesting, we have tools. It could be basketball, it could be music, it could be whatever the thing is that you do. That is your resonance fork. That's your tuning fork to attract those that are similar to you. And I'm as guilty, for an example, as anyone, of incorrectly, reverse engineering approach where I've been trying to, in an abnormal, unnatural way, look outside of myself for that which is attracted or that which is resonant with me. Now, I'm not saying that these things don't work, but I'm saying that you will much more so be going with the flow of the universe if you do what you do at a level that is so great that it starts to attract what's meant for you, really, in like this kind of fast lane way. And I attribute greatness with you're so kind of like comfortable in what you're doing because you found out what works for you. It's like trying to play guitar left-handed, but you're right-handed this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting that kind of a revelation for you. And you're like, well, fuck, I learned all the fundamentals the hard way. Let me take these weights off and let me, start to really make progress. Look, it's still shuffling. This whole time I'm still shuffling. So if you hear me talking and you still shuffling under the desk this whole time, that's my guarantee to you. So what's your ally right now is, and I'm telling you, it could be anything that you're doing. Comedy, it could be your job, it could be your side hustle, your passion project, whatever you're into. This could also be researching, how to work smarter instead of harder, getting ahead. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be sneaky. It could just be more so a healthy strategy. What's your ally is the unknown. You're in this quantum superposition. It could have even been that you separated yourself from the pack and your presence is not widely known, or your presence is not widely being attributed or associated with others. And so now you're in a position where that means that you are associating with the highest level of potential, quantum superposition. And now what we have here with the Five of Swords is finally cutting away all the nonsense. Cutting out all the nonsense that's been sucking you dry, that's been sucking your energy, your life force, that's been, you've been shooting your energy up against a brick wall. And all you had to do was like shift your laser beam just slightly to the right or something like that. And that wall that you've been giving so much attention to, now you're realizing that oh shit, they're not getting all of this energy from me anymore. Now I'm going to reallocate that to what I'm growing, what I'm working on. Now I'm giving worth to my empire. Shout out to the OG Emperor here, overseeing our reading. Sorry, I'm breaking down the fourth wall here just so I don't look so scary. My hair is all crazy. So if you guys see me, I'm in my bed head with my glasses. But yeah, let me break down the fourth wall and shift the camera. And then I'm going to show you your secret sauce card here. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Secret sauce. So your secret sauce is that kind of coming out of the third party, coming out of the waste, coming out of the I want to say the BS, the meaninglessness, the illusion of fruitfulness, where you're kind of, to tether this to this, you're scattering your attention, and it's not bearing fruit, it's bearing false fruit, so to speak. It's like the spread on the table looks good, but it's plastic. Okay? And Booyaka. Sun card, baby. Yeah. This is clarifying your secret sauce. So you are riding high on the waves of, now you're tapped into your true power, your true potential. You're in line with your true God-given gifts, talents, and abilities. Naturally, you're in nature with yourself now. And now you're free to frolic in your highest capacity. I really do see us back in the Garden of Eden. I know that sounds so kind of highfalutin, but I think we made it. But that all came from doing this thing called life, in a million wrong different ways. And by that I mean scattering your energy and missing the target every which way. It's almost as if you had to learn how to do everything the wrong way, miss the target, so that you could finally kind of realize, and this is more so kind of this is a technicality, you know what I'm saying? This isn't just, you weren't enough, or this is genuine experience, It takes experience to simplify and make it so that, proverbially a child could understand. Meaning it takes a lot of time to be this young, as Bob Dylan said. My favorite, Bob Dylan. I have his poster on the wall here. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to put my hat on so I don't look so crazy, and I'm going to show you my Bob Dylan poster on the wall. Let's go on a little trip. Hi guys. This is an older Bob Dylan. Super cool. It's crazy because when I'm showing it to you, those are my guitars. When I'm showing it to you, it looks like a inverted. There's the Emperor. I got Jimi Hendrix. It looks like an inverted image. There's Michael Jordan. Show you what else I got. Sorry guys if it's all wobbly. It looks like a inverted. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Looks like an inverted image. like a refracted image of it. Anyways, that's enough show and tell. So, really think we made it. We're hitting our stride, and that's because we're redirecting our focus, our laser-like focus, back into that which matters, which is the actual medium, the actual work itself, which I think is super cool. Here's my fidget spinner. So yeah, very cool, very cool. Let me hit this bell for a second, just because I'm in show and tell mode. Just bless us, bless all those that are resonating, watching, past, present, future, everything. Love to it. Thank you guys for watching, all that good stuff. And so that was the Creative Collective for December. I'm going to do Aries through Pisces now because, like I said, I just found this format and I'm in love with it now. So I'm going to try to work with that. So go on over and catch the other readings as you see them posted. Alright guys, love and light to you. Hope you had fun. Comment, reach out for one-on-one, all that good stuff. Love and light to you. Peace. Thanks for watching.